Hello students, and welcome to a new session of coding in Scratch. In this session, it's very interesting to see a new topic. It's called as sensing. So different sensing applications and sensing variables and the conditions we are going to use and see in this particular session today. Okay, so let's start your editor and continue with a new tab in the code. It's called as sensing. So all of these controls are shown in the cyan color. Many of them are general statements. Some of are conditions and some are the variables. You just can observe this. See, this is your diamond shape, which is a condition, okay, which we can use in a condition. Okay, the rounded rectangles are the variables which will contain the values in it, and these are your programming statements. So only very less programming statements are there, like 1, 2. If you go below 3, okay, only 3 programming statements are present in the sensing. Remaining other are the conditions and the variables. So wherever the condition comes, so we have to use that conditions in the control statements like if or for, and wherever the variables are there, you have to use these variables into the rounded rectangle shapes. Okay, let's see that how exactly it will work. Maybe most of the controls shown over here not applicable right now. We'll use them in the advanced game development. Let's start with this first. Okay, so first is touching, and this is a condition actually. So when we touch somewhere, okay, I'll just drag it here and maximize somewhat. Okay, touching where? So when your sprite is touching either to mouse pointer or to the edge, then what action to do, that we can specify with the help of this particular condition. So for example, if is touching to mouse pointer, I have to do some operations. Okay, so what I'll do, let's add some controls here, like if. Okay, it's required because this is a condition. So this condition I'll put inside it. Okay, so my programming control is created now. If touching mouse pointer, then okay, then what to do? If I'm touching a mouse pointer, then I'll move 10 steps ahead. Okay, so put it here in it. Okay, so if I'm touching to mouse pointer, then move 10 steps ahead. So when mouse pointer touches to the sprite, that will move 10 steps ahead. Got this? And now I will repeat this operation for some forever times. Okay, so I'll just take the forever and put that loop forever here. Fine. Now forever, infinite number of times, if touching mouse pointer, sprite is touching mouse pointer, then move 10 steps. Okay, let's run this. Click. Okay, now it's running. Remember that now mouse pointer is not touching to the sprite, that's why it's not having any activity shown over here. Now let's say this. Oh, I'm moving mouse pointer. As mouse pointer touches to the sprite, it's moving. Fine. So this is what the meaning of touching is. So when you touch, then perform the respective operations. Okay, so this is the condition that if you want to use in the programming, so we can make use of this control. Similar to that, we are having edge also. Okay, edge. So if you are touching the edge, then you have to move some steps ahead or backward, like so. I'm just changing this one and I'll move 40 steps back if I'm touching to the edge. Fine. If I'm touching the edge, that 40 steps back. So I'll go ahead and okay, sorry, I'll just execute it. Execute. Now I'll move. Check this. So if I touching the particular edge, it is coming back automatically. Okay, it's coming back. See this one here also. Okay, it's coming back by 40 steps. See this one, because it's touching the below edge also. See this. So in this way, these operations are done. Check this again. Okay, fine. Touching the edge. I just close this. So this is how the first control we can make use of. The remaining two controls, okay, they are used in some advanced game development. We need to create the colors. So when one color is setting or one color is touching to other colors, so that we can identify these two controls. They are connected with the colors. When you are using a color in the programming, that time it will be applicable for us to use. Okay, let us go for the next one. Distance to. Okay, distance to mouse pointer. Now this is a variable actually, so we can identify the distance between the sprite and the mouse pointer. Distance between the sprite and the mouse pointer, it is stored inside this variable. I'll take it out here, and when I click onto it, so see current distance in terms of points, it's shown over here, 318, the distance between these two and the sprite is shown over here. So I can use this in a condition. Okay, I'll just delete this. Okay, it's deleted, and now let's use this variable. This is a variable, as we can see it's a rounded rectangle, that's why. Okay, so let's add the condition from operators here. If distance is less than, okay, so I'll just drag it here in it. Okay, I just created a condition now like this: distance to mouse pointer is less than 10. Okay, distance to mouse pointer is less than 10. Then what to do? Okay, so I have created this respective condition. Now I'll put this condition inside the if. Okay, I've taken the if, now drag this inside the if, and now I got a condition like if distance to mouse pointer is less than 10. Okay, when mouse pointer and the sprite distance is less than 10, then what we have to show? So I'll have something like he will say hello, or let's say you are near, something like this, you are near. Okay, and then after that I'll go to control and make this loop forever. Okay, fine, forever. If distance to mouse pointer less than 10, then you can say you are near. So you just can identify what's the distance between sprite and your mouse pointer is, and based on that you generate the action. Okay, I'll run this. Okay, now let's say this, when I close, when I move your mouse pointer near to it, so you can check it, you are near, it's showing this one. But if it is not near, then what action to do, that I have not given over here, that's why it is continuously running you are near in this way. So that distance to mouse pointer we can observe with the help of the respective variable, and in this way the control and their combinations are possible here. Okay, distance to mouse pointers. I'll just delete all of this, right click, delete all 5 blocks. Okay, correct, fine. Now the next one, this is a programming statement. Now what is your name? So if I want to take the input from the sprite and I want to use that input in the coding, so I can make use of this particular control. Let's check it out. What is your name? Okay, I can change this one. I can edit this. Any kind of question you can ask to the user, so sprite will say that particular question. Once the question is said by the sprite, we can answer it. Let's see how it actually works. So I'll run this, click, see what's your name, this is mentioned over here, it's said by the respective sprite, and now I'll type my name here. Okay, enter. Okay, so once it is entered, this data which I have entered, that will get stored into another variable. Okay, this is a variable again, this is called as answer. Okay, so when I tick this, we can observe that this name is appearing over here. So whatever I have entered, that name is appearing. So tick means it is variable is visible over here. I'll just click again and ask the name. So let's add the name, Anil, enter. So once I entered it, you can check this is changed, answer is Anil, fine. So in this way we can read the data from the user, from the developer that you are using it, and you can make use of that data stored inside this particular variable. Now I want to say this name from this sprite, so I can make use of this particular control there. How to? So let's see, motion, let's looks, and say the name. Okay, so say hello. So instead of this hello, I'll put the name, sensing, take this answer and paste it here. Say answer, what's your name, whatever you entered, that will be said by the sprite. How? Let's try that. Okay, it's executed. Now it's asking what is your name. Okay, so I'll enter my name again, sure, and enter. Now say this, is saying my name there. This whatever data I have entered from the keyboard is stored inside the answer, and that answer I am sending to the sprite. So sprite is saying that particular name here, you can check it out. So if you want to use such kind of things like taking input from the keyboard and giving this information to this sprite. That can be done with the help of this mechanism over here. Okay, correct. So let's close this. Okay, sorry, fine. So let's delete this all, delete 3, fine. Now let's go to the next one. Next is again a condition, like when the key is pressed. So when a respective key is pressed, then what action to do, that we can specify by this. Lot many keys are there. I'll just take it out here and check space, up arrow, down arrow, right arrow, left arrow, any key, or all A to Z or 1 to 9 characters are present there. When I am pressing a respective key, then what action to do, that I can specify here. Just take an example. I want to move the sprite in forward direction when I am pressing the right arrow. Okay, you might be knowing on keyboard we have a right arrow key present. So when right arrow key is pressed, then we have to move your sprite 10 steps ahead. I'll just keep it here. Okay, now let's add the condition, because it's a diamond, so I need to add the condition. Go to the controls, use this condition, put the condition here in it. Okay, so I created the condition. Now if right arrow is pressed, then we have to move your sprite 10 steps ahead. So let's take the motion 10 steps, fine. Okay, and we will do this operation again forever. Go to controls, again take forever and put this forever here, correct. Now forever, if the key right arrow is pressed, then I am moving the sprite 10 steps ahead. Simple. Let's run this, and now let's check. I am not using a keyboard, not using a mouse, I am using a keyboard here. So let's press the arrow key, right arrow key. Okay, yes, see this, I am pressing it, and along with that the sprite is moving 10 steps ahead. So in this forever loop, I can make use of other characters also, or other keys also. With the help of that, I can move the sprite backward, forward, upward, downward directions also. Okay, so I'll just stop it, and you can choose any of the keys. Lot many keys, all the alphabets of English are present over here. Along with that, the numbers also present. When I am clicking on a respective number or the key, then what action you have to specify, you can make use of it inside the if condition here. Okay, that's what the meaning of the key is pressed. Similar to that, if mouse is down means you have pressed one of the keys onto the mouse, then what action to do, that I can specify here. Let's see, for example, instead of this particular condition, I'll take it out and delete. I'll add the mouse down condition here. Okay, when the mouse is down, okay, let's keep it here. When mouse is down, then automatically the sprite will move 10 steps ahead. Okay, let's see, mouse down. This is mouse down's checking conditions. I'll just click on that, and now let's click. Okay, click, 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 click. Okay, so for what time the mouse is down? Okay, sorry, it's moving. I'll just take it out again. See, for what respective time the mouse is down, it will be moving 10 steps ahead, like this. So in this way, we can make use of the mouse down condition. It's a condition there that I need to use inside the if statement only. Okay, so let's stop this and now continue with the next. Now two more variables we have here. They are called as mouse x and mouse y. The value of mouse x and mouse y, we can use the x and y value which are specified over here. Okay, which are specified over here. Okay, so I can make use of this condition, that if the value of some mouse x and mouse y are different, then we can make use of some statements. Let's see. For example, I'll just take this mouse down, delete. Okay, and move steps also I'll not do, I'll delete. And now let's define one condition here, like, okay, I'll go to operators. If this condition, I'll put it here. Okay, and let's use this mouse down, mouse x. Okay, now let's use a 0 here. Okay, if mouse x is greater than 0, then, okay, greater than 0, mouse x means x is positive in that case. So let's say something, let's post it here. So x is positive, that we can see. Okay, similar to that, I can add one more condition. So let's duplicate this, add this condition here, and Okay, so instead of this condition, I'll make use of the less than condition. Now it's less than, so let's use less than and use again mouse X from here. Okay, when mouse X is less than 0, then it is negative. Okay, look at the program clearly now. Forever I am doing these operations. So when value of this X position is positive, it will show it's positive, and when it is negative, it will show it is negative, something like this. Okay, so let's run this. So it's positive. Okay, I'm moving it, moving. Okay, now it's negative. See, it has become negative. When backward, it's negative. From center, negative, positive, say in this way. So if you want to use these values, these X and Y values which are shown over here. Okay, so these X and Y values, their positions can be changed, or that can be accessed with the help of the respective variables which we use. Even X and Y can also be used. Here I am showing only X. Y can also be used to perform the respective operations of finding the value of the variables. Okay, like that, 4 more variables we can use over here. Okay, before that, check a problem statement, set dragging mode, draggable and non-draggable. Okay, it's also used in the advanced game development. If you want to allow the dragging to the respective control, respective sprite or not, that can be done over here. Okay, we'll see in one of the application in game development. Now along with this, we are going to have 4 variables like loudness, the sound that the sprite generates. Okay, its loudness we can use. Okay, like current loudness is -1, you can check it out, showing the it's taking the control from audio. So you have to allow this, then only this can be used. Okay, I'll not allow right now. And if you want to show the loudness of the sound or voice generated by the sprite, we can make use of this tick here. Similar to that, we can make use of a timer also. Let's see this timer. See, this timer is started already, and with this timers, it's by seconds and milliseconds, we can just observe that timing in the programming with the help of this respective timer. Its value can also be used in the program, or just like mouse S and mouse X, Y we have used here. Okay, so timer is running and I want to reset the timer, so I can make use of a programming statement called as reset timer. So let's reset it. So once you reset it, it will start from 0 onwards again. Okay, so how many seconds are elapsed in performing the operation, that we can identify with the help of the timer here. Again I will reset. Okay, it started from 0 again. Okay, seconds and milliseconds, that is shown over there. Now let's delete all the 11 blocks. Fine. Now here is again a variable, that is what we call as a backdrop number. If you are having multiple backdrops, so we can choose this numbers of backdrops from here. It's required to change the backdrops, so we can make use of this. Also we'll see in the advanced application development. Okay, and 3 more variables, like if I want to use the current year, month or date, so I can make use of this. For example, current year is just 2020. If I am showing this, see, year is 2020. Okay, current month, click, see, it's 8, current month number 8, like August. Date, okay, is shown there. Day of the week, 7th day of the week. Hour, it's hour, that we can see, it's 1 hour, and the minutes are 12, something like this. So if I want to use this value in the programming, whatever we have seen in the operators, okay, just to use this variable with the help of operators, so just can make use of this variable. So very less number of programming statements are there in the sensing. They are just maximum number of conditions and variables are there that we can use in the programming. And if you want to use the days since 2000, it's not really required in the programming, but we can make use of it. See, these are the number of days elapsed after the year 2000. And one more, username. If I want to use the username, this is my username in the, see, you can check it here. I have logged into my Scratch online and I have created my username. If I want to use this username in the output, so I can make use of this variable here. So I have added the username. My name is Tushar B. Kute, and the same username by which I have logged in to my Scratch online community, and it's visible and shown over here like this. So this is what the sensing is. So basically, out of all the sensing mechanisms which I have shown over here, the commonly used sensings are just like we can take the input from the user and which key you are pressed or where you are touched, like this. So these mechanisms are used from the sensing in the advanced application development using the Scratch. Okay, so just try all of these controls from the sensing and happy programming. Thank you. Thanks a lot.